Hello everybody, Frankie Day, back again on YouTube. Okay, it's late afternoon YouTube. I have another collection to my stash pile. Today I went and ventured into my hobby shop today of my choice and to pick up some more modeling supplies, running low with paint and some more adhesives after knocking over that big old bottle of liquid glue I had. I had to get another one. And so I had the modeling bug to buy another kit, so I went and bought this today, folks. I was pretty astounded that they still make this kit and the 1/24 scale, and it's still in the offerings in the hobby vendors and such. Anyway, folks, so right here, I'm pretty excited about this, so I'm gonna take my time on this video here. This is the 1/24 scale Hawker Hurricane by Airfix. This is a colossal kit, guys. It's big. This thing is big. This thing is huge, and it retails at $65, and I got it for $50. So I got a pretty good deal there. So I'm pretty happy about that. Matter of fact, this makes a second. This will here will be the second build of this kit when it first came out back in 1976. This is actually was the I believe this was the third. No, it was the fourth of the Airfix 1/24 scale line. Airfix by 1970, Airfix came out with the 1/24 scale Spitfire, like the one I've done on my Battle of Britain group build, and after that they made the 109E, which is later released as MPC, and third they came out with the P51, and fourth they came out with the Hawker Hurricane, and fifth they came out with the Stuka, and they have a couple more in the 1/24 scale range. I think it's a Focke-Wulf 190, and they got, as we all know today, the massive 1/24 scale Mosquito Bomber, which Lenny has, Model Pro 72. What a colossal dandy kit. I'd like to get my mitts on one of them. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty excited about this kit here. This is another reboxing of the same company of the old 1976 kit that came out. And I can remember that the original kit came out back in '76. The plastic was a baby sky blue color, and this one here is all gray, and we'll kind of go through the inbox view. This kit here, folks, is, from my understanding, I can remember from the first release when the kit came out, I believe there's an instruction sheet that gives you an option of placing an electric motor inside the Merlin engine assemblies, and the wires via go through underneath the pilot's floorboard down to the bottom of the fuselage into the stand, and it's powered by two AA pin-light batteries. And so this kit here, after I looked at the instructions a while ago, it don't show that, but it does show parts in the kit though that I can remember going back all those years back, guys, that those parts were made for that kind of conversion. If you decided to make it kind of like a gimmick model laying there with prop turning and stuff, you know. A lot of food for thought right there. I was thinking about getting me a little solar battery I can stick me to. That engine could probably run forever, but I don't know. This thing here gave you a lot of food for thought to think about. Okay, guys, we'll go through this kit real quick here. We'll go through it. Incidentally, I believe Alex Modeling has one of these. Either that or Lenny has one. I remember either one of them two gentlemen right there have this here kit, and from the inbox review that they done. Was very excellent and very straightforward. It's probably not better than one I'm going to give, but I'll give my Sonny's Finest best I can do, fellas. Okay, guys, once you open up the kit, here, like all Airfix kits now, the new Airfix kits that are coming out in beautiful, flashy, glossy red boxes, which is it's beautiful. You got the instructions right here, fellas. And inside the instructions is sandwiched in between the instruction manual and the decals. We'll review that after we go through the instructions. Okay, guys, I have more jazz coming out of this stuff. Well, that's about it. Okay, guys, the instructions are like all Airfix kits. They're all bilingual, and they got Great Britain on there, English, and probably had German, Espanol, and French. And that's probably about it right there, the bilingual. But more or less, these are, like all kits nowadays, are all bilingual. And they have icons that tells you how to build it, build a kit and everything else. Okay, guys, on the next page here, that's a continuation of the bilingual. They got the assembly instructions right there. They tell you, they got icons on there. It shows you, you know, those don't. It's like any other kind of instructions. So, anyway, fellas, we're all pros out here, so we need to go with that business. Okay, guys, right here, this is where it's at. He starts out with that Merlin engine, and it starts out, and he started out with the, I'll get a little closer, guys, so you can see it, fellas. Has the Merlin engine right there, the assembly of it, also the prop, the spindles. It also has the pilot's compartment. And over here, it shows you the mating of the fuselage and the option of using using a vane which fits on top of the outer inspection panel of the fuselage for the engine. It also has the engine parts itself. And there's parts, but that question mark is right there. Those are parts right there where the electric motor fits through there. Because I remember that quite well from the last build I did 37 years ago. And there's no mentioning of the engine in these instructions, so these instructions are basically virtually just pretty much enhance and describe better than the original ones that I had back in 1976, which actually the instruction manual of that kit was all glossy paper back then. This here is just typical all paperback. You got all your parts of your assembly, how you put it in your cockpit floors and everything else, assembly before you button up the fuselage. There's a lot of parts to this kit, guys, and as to the color schedule, it's more or less they give you an option of 2 variants, and landing gear. I believe this is the only kit, only one 24 scale kit I believe that Airfix made that didn't have the operable landing gear. My Spitfire has it, and also the 109E they did has it also, and the P-51 the landing gear retracts. But this landing gear in this kit is very optional right here, so we'll get a fast view of that. It shows you the landing gear. Either you can have it landing gear can be either retracted or extended. Tires are all rubber. I do remember that. Okay, guys, this is very beautiful here. I like this. You get the Irish regiment right there at the bottom. There's 2 variants. The decals give you 2 variants. Then you got your Battle of Britain. And you have your standard Hawker Hurricane and Royal Air Force markings. And you got your markings of your Irish squadron right here they used. So, actually, instead they give you good color call-outs. Actually, the paint schedule more or less pertains to Humboldt colors only. But if you use Model Master, it's dark green and dark earth. And the other side is sky instead of duck-egg green. Okay, guys. Also, they give you a catalog brochure, 1/72 scale kits and stuff, and just a pure advertisement, fellas. And right over here is a decal sheet. On here, decal sheet is pretty good size, folks. You get your Irish squadrons over here, markings on here. You also your squadron codes legends on there too. You got your roundels on there. That goes to the R8 to the Battle of Britain, your standard Royal RAF Hurricane. Decals feel like they're pretty much on the thick side, but that Walther's decal solution will bring it down pretty much right down to the plastic. They look like it's been painted on once it dries. Okay, guys. Oh, Lord, boy. Okay, folks. Once you look inside the box, remove the instructions and that catalog out of the way, you're greeted one huge bag. Inside this huge bag is loose parts of the kit itself. This is a big kit, guys. This is big. This is a lot more bigger than my Spitfire, the Hurricane is. It's oodles bigger. I had no idea that the Hawker Hurricane was bigger than the Spitfire, so it's a good airplane, folks. It's a very beautiful airplane. Okay, guys, right here we'll see if I can make a fast inbox review here of the baggies, folks. Okay, boys, this is how it goes down. They gave you a stand. Aha, my memory does serve me right. See this right here, folks? This is where those batteries went. And it's this hole here. We see there's a hole right here, as you can see. That's where the wires go through to hook up to your batteries. And your batteries go to the stand. It goes to the bottom of the wing. And the wiring comes from the Merlin engine underneath the cockpit floor via to the bottom of the fuselage through the stand and to your power source right there. That's your batteries. I remember that quite quick. I never done that before though, but I remember that the instructions showed you. I've always wondered what's all this stuff here. What's all this battery stuff underneath the display stand? And I went up the instructions and explained everything. That's a pretty good gimmick though. I might do it in this old bird. Who knows? Okay, guys, I'm going to be very careful taking this out of this baggie here because we got a lot of loose parts inside this huge baggie right here. And I want to be quite certain I don't want to lose no parts because, this, like I say, I have a Houdini rug here. You lose something on the deck on this rug here, you'll never find it. You only find it when you don't look for it or step on it. This wing is huge, boys. This is the bottom wing. You got a lot of raised rivet details on here. I like that. I don't know if it's pretty common in a Hawker Hurricane, but they're not overdone. They're just very low relief rivets, very low relief, and looks like there's a little bit of flash on here. There's flash on the inside of where your ailerons fit at, on the tabs of the wing tips. You got flash there, not too much, guys. It gives you something to do. And that concludes the bottom wing right there. So this thing here is a series of screws, guys, all enclosed inside this baggie right here. Here's the top wing right here. The top wing gives you the inspection panels that fits where the gun bay is at, where your 30 caliber or 50 caliber machine guns are housed in right there. And the plastic of this kit is exceptionally thick and very strong. And I do remember that from the last build I'd done. The thing is a very strong build when it's done, but fragile too, very fragile. So you got to be quite certain, especially around the undercarriage. The undercarriage is so detailed, you know. And like I say, you take it and drop it or something like that, and that landing gear will snap off, and you'll be in a world of hurt. It'll never be the same ever since when we repaired it again because it lost a lot of its integrity. Because it was busted. Okay, guys, over here is inside of baggie by itself, which is a good idea, is the clear parts. Right on top of here is your cockpit, your canopy right here. You got raised frames on here that are pretty well raised, as you can see, and also a special feature that Airfix gave you on these 124 scale lines is the instrument panel, which is it's transparent clear, as you can see. Yeah, you see the instrument panel right there, folks? There you go. You guys see it now. Anyway, those dials are probably painted some kind of like a red color or some kind of like a translucent red, almost like an amber color. A felt tip pencil works good. Get a Sharpie. Get yourself a nice yellow Sharpie and fill in those clear lenses and you stick them in. Anyway, this panel here is sandwiched in between two instrument panel layers. And that way, the glass right there shows reflection that it's actually glass, which it is, which is replicated in model form. Okay, concludes that. Boy, we got the fuselage here is very good size. I'll take this screw out very carefully. So far, nothing's fallen off, and it's holding its own. This is a big airplane, guys, as you can see. I would say from the front of the spindle, from the boss former, all the way to the tail right there is probably a good 17 inches. And you got your motor mounts for the Great Merlin engine. All this is all your tubular cockpit detailed parts for the cockpit assembly. And there's your instrument panel. That clear piece will fit right in there. Another piece will fit across there. And these sprues here contain the Merlin engine, folks. All kit form inside the sprues. So far, nothing's falling out of these sprues yet, fellas. So I want to be quite certain during this in-box review. I don't want to make any of these parts fall on top of the rug, so I don't want to go through that. All the goodies that fell off the screws in the bottom of the bag. It's a good spot. I'd rather be at the bottom of the bag than on the floor. Okay, guys, please bear with me a little bit. That was a close call. Now, this screw right here contains the right side of the fuselage half, and these screws over here there's all your gun bays right there, which are viewed once you remove the inspection panels. On top of the wing, you can see the gun bays right here where they house into. This is all your spar inside your landing gear well. And this is your 30 caliber machine guns that are on here. And this is your undercarriage cover, your undercarriage covers. And they also got your undercarriage itself. And this piece right here is your center landing gear well. And the last sprue so far, about 3 sprues so far. And right here, guys, this is a big airplane, guys. I kid you not. This thing is colossal. It's huge. You can see how big my hand is, how big that rudder is. And I got, short hands. Right here is the engine covers. You got your prop blades. Now right here, this part here, this is where that motor goes and where those wires fit into there. I do remember that. And here's the pilot's arms right here. And here you got your horizontal stabilizer, stabilizers, your elevators, and your rudders are placed there. And lastly, kind of very gingerly, be careful not to knock any parts on the floor. Inside this bag, it contains stragglers that fell off the screws, which I'd rather see them inside this bag than on the floor. And the pilot comes in 2 halves. This is one half. The other half is on the sprue. Boy, Panzer Bill, our beloved Panzer Bill, will love to get his hands on one of these. A lot of room too, folks, to paint up everything. And here's the rubber tires that they give you for the kit. These are rubber. The tail wheel, they give you a tail wheel, it's all rubber. And also the main undercarriage tires, they're all rubber too. So we do take a nice good billow pad like that and kind of buff that rubber down a little bit and make it look like it's actually it's gold. Okay, guys, so far I don't know if that was a good review or not, but I could have gave it my son these parts up better. I need to get my camera focused in laying on the board like Alex does, and a lot of you great fellows out there do it. So right now I gotta start polishing up my videos. I'm looking at my own worst critic when it comes to building my own models, and look at myself on a video and make a fool of myself sometimes. But guys, I enjoy my life so much, you know. I'm happy, you know, and you people out there really inspired me to, and I enjoy life. Okay, guys, this concludes the unboxing review for One More in the Stash of my Hawker Hurricane by Airfix. And so I think I share this with you. So this goes in the stash pile, and perhaps someday, maybe soon, we'll probably get a Battle of Britain build, going on, or English Aircraft Group build. Right now, I gotta start getting stuff finished up my plate right now, so I don't want to bite off any more than I can chew. So right now, guys, I'm decaling my PBM Mariner, and she sits proud right behind me over there. And since I finished the decals, I'll start getting hot on the transparencies, and mask off the cockpit, and also the ball turret in the front of the nose. And once I get it all masked off, I'll prime them and paint those, and install the airplane, and finish up with some of the clear parts, and she's done. And I go to my Seamaster over there, which is my second entry to Chancellor's and Razzi's Flyboat Group build. I'll get that all going, make a couple videos then, and get that thing done. And so I got plenty of time to work on my SkyTrain. So I checked out the last video that Mike Cohen did. I'll remind everybody that the group build's coming to an end. So he gave us everybody a good another almost a month a grace period. So a lot of people out there hasn't finished their builds yet in time. So he wants to make a slideshow by at least by the 30th of next month, and 30th of this month. My apologies. And so the 27th is probably it's going to be the deadline for everything. So you got to get all your pictures in, folks, to Mike, and he'll make a nice slideshow and get to look at everybody's wonderful museum quality work that's been done. Our wonderful, beautiful modeling community. And it's great, guys. It's good medicine. Okay, boys, right now it's about time for me to sign off right here, so I'd like you to stay tuned for this evening. I'll probably have another video. It won't be the final reveal. The final reveal of my Mariner will be tomorrow. So right now I'll try to get as much as I can on it, so I can do a little touch-up here and there for tomorrow to make the final reveal. So I'll post another video tonight on the completion of the decaling of my PBM Mariner. And we'll butter up by tomorrow, and I'll start getting hot on the Seamaster. And once I get the Seamaster done, I'll start on my end of my group build and get that shaking a little bit. And that'll be that. Okay, guys, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. Happy modeling. Well, please subscribe out there, and we'll catch you on the next video. So you guys take care, boys, and we'll catch you later. Bye, fellas. Bye now.